A little bit quicker when you baptize them in a 350-degree jacuzzi. Yes, producer Ryan put me up to this shit. Welcome to Fat Daddy Eats. It's Christmas time. What do we do for Christmas over here? South Mississippi, we're going to do a seafood gumbo. And you see I got a little smoke coming off my oil, so it's good and hot. I'm going to start adding in my flour. I got a cup of oil in here, and then I got a cup of flour that I'm putting in, and I'm doing it slow so I can bust up them lumps. Ooh, that's getting dark quick, That oil was ready. That oil was ready. Okay, it didn't take me long to get to a good dark roux. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm fixing to add the trinity in there. Anybody in the southeast ought to know that the trinity is onion, bell pepper, and then celery. And I'm going to put that directly into this roux and stir it in. And that's going to cool this down and stop that cook. Alright, so that's a good dark looking roux. Back over my medium heat now. I've cooled it down some, and let's go in with the trinity. Ooh, I put some trinity all over the back of the stove. Let's see. Now kids, I know y'all always look at leaving some milk and cookies out for Santa Claus. Let me tell you something. Santa likes beer and meat sticks too. Or bennies. We'll do some bennies. Bennies, meat sticks, whatever kind of meat you got. Maybe some crackers in there, some pretzels to go with that beer. A little salty. Now what I've got is I got all my veggies in here, except for all these that escaped out back that I'm going to have to scrape up. I'm going to get them in there, stir it in. I'm going to take a picture of it so you can see how it looks. Let me get my handy dandy onion grabber here. Get the onion in there. Stir that in. All right. These veggies are starting to cook down. Not quite there. My water's getting ready where I'm going to add that okra here in a minute for the de-sliming process. Well, I don't know. Some of them onions are starting to look a little clear. I'm going to let them cook a little bit more in this roux before I add this stock, though. Editor Ryan, he's going to be showing up here in a little bit. He got him a lapin, and he doesn't know how to clean it, so he's bringing it by for me to show him. And I hope y'all realize I'm wearing this dang Santa outfit, and it is 72 degrees on Christmas Eve 2024 in South Mississippi. This is what I do because my son said I needed to, and then when I put it up for a vote for y'all on Facebook, 100 of y'all saw to it that I'm wearing this ridiculous outfit. Okay, I just put that okra back there so it can start de-sliming. But that okra was still frozen. It was colder than an ex-wife's heart. So I'm going to have to let that come on up. But I've got my onions are getting translucent. It's time for me to add this stock into this gumbo. And like I said, this stock was from boiling blue crab shells. We're going to add that in. Oh, that's looking pretty. I like a good dark gumbo. I'm not a big light gumbo dude. Alright. Scrape some of this roux that kind of got up on the side of this pot down in that. We're going to stir all this in. It's going to take a while for this to come back up to temp. And get those okras de-slimed. Once we get this to come back up to temp and the okra is de-slimed over there, we'll add them in. And then we'll start adding seafood. The front end of this is just getting everything going. I'm going to go ahead and add 3 bay leaves. This is a 10-quart stock pot, so I'm making 2.5 gallons of seafood gumbo. I'm going to add 3 bay leaves in there. Let those get in there. And add to that flavoring. You notice I hadn't put any spice in here yet, other than celery, garlic, and onions. And the okra, I'm not going to add anything to that too. Most all my seasoning is going to come after I've got everything added and I'm tasting what's blended. Then I know what I need to add into this pot to make it one of my gumbos. A seafood gumbo. Song y'all need to check out. Every time I'm cooking gumbo, I think about it. Little Feet. She makes a mighty rad gumbo. Now here's another thing. This is Christmas Eve. This gumbo is for tomorrow's lunch. So I'm de-sliming this okra right now. I'm looking over here. It's got some more to go. But the deal is with gumbo is it's better the next day because all those flavors have melded together. So the end of this video, I'm not going to be wearing this ridiculous freaking Santa Claus outfit. The end of this video, we'll see some of the family bellying up and getting some of this good gumbo that I've been working on today. The reason I do a gumbo for Christmas is I got tired of doing Thanksgiving Part 2 a month later. So I started saying, okay, everybody in this family likes seafood gumbo. I'm going to make a seafood gumbo. That way all I got to do tomorrow, I'm not chasing my tail trying to fry a turkey and smoke a ham and make a dressing and make a corn cast and I'm not trying to do all that. Gonna have one pot with gumbo in it. Gonna have another pot over here with rice in it. They're gonna get bowls and spoons. They make their plates. They eat, and we get to the presents after. That's the new tradition at the Daugherty house. That and plenty of beer. It's the holiday season. That trinity that you saw that I added was 2 big yellow onions. It was 3 bell peppers, 7/8 sticks of celery. My roux was a cup of flour and a cup of oil. I've got a 1.5 2 pound pack of okra that I'm de-sliming right now. As I talk to y'all, I'm de-sliming this okra. Then for seafood, and then I had that 1/2 gallon of seafood stock I added in there. For seafood, I've got 2 pounds of lump and claw meat of blue crab, and I've got 3 pounds of shrimp, and I got 1.5 pounds of crawfish. And look, when you buy frozen crawfish, it's important. And yes, this is a 12-ounce pack, so this is not 1.5 pounds. But when I've got another 12-ounce pack, that makes 1.5 pounds. When you buy crawfish, make sure you're buying Louisiana crawfish because, take care of your local folks. Chinese crawfish, you don't know what the heck they're growing those crawfish in. In Louisiana, they're growing them in the Chaffalay Basin. They're coming out of Belle River. Or they're coming out of Lake Verret in some of the backwaters. But anyway, the shrimp came from Biloxi Shrimp Co. Yeah, and I normally don't say where I'm getting my stuff, but Biloxi Shrimp Co. They've got some of the best shrimp that you're going to get, and it's Gulf Coast fresh, just as these Boudreaux's crawfish tail meat is. The crab that I got over here, I don't know where it came from. It's pasteurized blue crab, which that could be coming from Maryland all the way over to here. So buy local when you buy your seafood. Like I said, this is going to be an awesome Christmas dish. I ain't going to have much stress when I wake up in the morning. All I got to do is cook a pot of rice. Let me show you how I do this. This okra is pretty much boiled down enough to where it's kind of de-slimed. The slime's going to stay in the water that I boiled it in. And I'm just going to pull the okra up and move into my gumbo. And it's not gumbo if it doesn't have okra in it. In fact, do you know what the African word for gumbo, that's what they call okra, is gumbo. And this is the first time I've done a seafood gumbo for y'all on here. I've done the chicken and sausage gumbo, but this is the first time y'all gonna see me doing this seafood gumbo. And the difference, one, the stock that I put in, you saw it was left over from when I boiled those crab heads and stuff. On chicken gumbo, it's just chicken stock that I'm putting in there. All right, that's enough okra in there. The rest of this will be spoils. I can turn this heat off. Stir this into that gumbo. Oh man, this is starting to look, oh, it's starting to look like gumbo. Now, when I start adding some of this seafood, oh Lord, we're gonna see. I'm gonna go ahead and add the crab, because crab works as a thickener, if you will, in a gumbo. It's all that meat that's floating around in that gumbo that you don't realize it's in there. That was 2 pounds of blue crab. It was claw meat and lump meat. Get that going in there. Oh, that's smelling like gumbo. I'm going to add my shrimp and crawfish in a little bit. I'm going to let that crab meat cook down in there. Oh yeah, I didn't tell y'all this. I also got some crab claws I'm going to put in there. And hell, that's 2 pounds of those in there. Oh shit. I just spiced this and y'all missed every bit of that because it didn't film. So I'm going to tell you what I did. All my seafood is cooked. I'm blending all my flavors. I tasted my base gumbo. I knew I needed to add filet. So yeah, I normally don't show labels. That's Zatarain's gumbo filet. I stirred that in. I added some Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. And I will taste it again here in a few minutes when all of these flavors come together, because I'm going to show you. Whew. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you this way. Bam. Yahtzee. Here you go. That's that pot of gumbo. This is about 2 hours of work. That's that pot of gumbo. This is a 2.5 gallon pot, but I got to feed 14 people tomorrow, so there's Christmas dinner. And then all I have to do in the morning, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in that fridge, let it sit overnight, pull off any grease that comes up to the top, warm it up in the morning, and make a pot of rice. And at noon, we're eating gumbo. Merry Christmas from the Darty house. So this is the bastard that made me put this outfit on for this Fat Daddy Eats cooking video. This is director, producer, and editor Ryan. The number 3 child, but the number 1 in our video heart. Mm-hmm. All right, so why did you make me wear this shit? It's 72 degrees out there. I'm sweating down in this damn thing. I filmed the whole damn cooking video with the gumbo. Can I take this thing off now? Mm-hmm. Oh, thank God.
As long as you got it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Look here, look here. Oh, what's going on right there? Brandon Herrera for ATF director. Don't y'all forget it. Shut that bastard down. Oh, Marie. Oh, Marie. In your arms, I'm longing to be. Oh, baby. Tell me you love me. Oh, Marie. In your arms, I'm longing to be. Oh, baby. Tell me you love me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm.